G'day guys, this week I wanted to show you a much improved version of the DIY Cobra punching bag that uses a leather speedball for the top and of course the Kewlus PRO Spring for the engine. Now I've made this version in the past using these components, and one of the main components was a plunger. This time I'm going to do without it. With just these three components, the bag is a lot lighter and faster. In this video, I'm just going to show you how to make the top section. For the rest of it, go to Kewlus.com in the DIY section. There are all the instructions on how to make the base, the mast, and you can buy the spring there. The items you're going to need to make this top section is a speedball like this one. This is actually sold on Kewlus.com, and I'll talk a little bit more about it. You need a funnel like this one, just a small funnel that's used to put petrol or oil into a lawnmower. Can be bought at most hardware stores. You want a PVC pipe like this one. This is a 3/4 inch or 20mm PVC pipe, and you need about 16 inches of it, and general purpose duct tape. Now getting a speedball, make sure you get a little one like this one. So just a small one, but also make sure you get one that's preferably genuine leather so it lasts. I tried one that's got PU leather and it just fell apart like that. It just rips apart after a couple of sessions. We've got ones like this, exactly genuine leather, on Kewlus.com, so you can buy those. I've had them made especially lighter for this particular purpose, and I've had them made also to have this opening a little bit bigger to allow to fit a funnel inside. Now this funnel here I purchased at Bunnings, which is our local kind of warehouse for hardware stuff. It was in the lawnmower section for putting petrol or oil into lawnmowers. It's the right sort of size. As you can see, the ball, you got to find a funnel that's roughly that size. I will cut about 1 inch off so the funnel will come up to there before I install it, before I insert it into the ball. So a funnel like this is ideal. Now, the pipe, the 3/4 inch pipe, it doesn't quite fit into it. So what I've done on this end, you might be able to see, is I've made cuts about 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches into the pipe this way and then that way. So I've made 4 cuts in total. You might be able to see there. And it's got sort of ridges or teeth like that. So what that allows to happen is when I put the pipe onto the funnel, it sort of opens up and it goes on like that, and then all I need to do is tape it in place. Okay, so I've just cut off that 1 inch extra. Now I've also had to put some tape. I've used some thinner tape to put around the end because the end wasn't quite the right fit for the PVC pipe, for the 3/4 inch PVC pipe. I need it to be nice and kind of tight fit, nice and tight. So these are the split ends. Now when I put that in, it goes in and it's pretty tight. So once I push it in all the way, that sits in there nice and tight. There's no wobble in there, and that's what you want. You want that nice connection. Now what I'm going to do is just tape it nice and tight with some duct tape. Now as I'm taping it, I'm pulling on the tape to make sure that it's nice and tight. I want that connection to be nice and tight, and I'm reinforcing this area as well by putting a little bit extra duct tape around there. Okay guys, so that's taped nice and tight. Once I put this into the speed bag, hopefully they'll hold it even better once the bladder is pumped up. So the speed bag's deflated. I've undone the lace. I've asked the manufacturers to make this a little bit longer so it's easier to put it in, but essentially there's the bladder, and I'm just gonna insert that in there just like that. Just put it in until it sits in there, and now I'm going to lace it up. Now the way I've got the laces is I've got one lace coming all the way through to the front here, and the other lace is going to go around through the hole, then underneath there through the next hole, and so on, until I lace it all the way to the bottom and then tie it off here. And then I'll just put some tape around it so that it's nice and clean. Alright, so I've laced it up, and as you might be able to see, I've actually tried to overlap the black side onto the red side, overlapping it over the top of the red side, so that when this inflates, there's not like a gap there. It'll stretch out and it'll be just right. So try and make this lacing up quite tight and overlapping slightly. Now your lace might be a little bit longer, so you can put it around a couple of times around the base. But once I inflate it and everything sits nice, I'm just going to tape over it to make it look nice and neat. Now first thing, just inflate it about halfway so that the bladder is almost full but not tight yet. So you could just make sure that nothing's caught in there, everything's sitting nice and correctly. And then once you've got that and you know that's ready to pump up all the way, pump it up the rest of the way. Okay, well I've pumped it up. It's the right sort of firmness. You don't want to over pump it. About that sort of firmness. And I've put some duct tape around the bottom just to make it nice and neat so the laces are not all over the place. It's ready to go onto the Kewlus PRO Spring. Let's put it in and test it out. Alright, so it's pretty fast actually. It's a lot faster than the last one that I've made with the plunger inside. This one's quite a lot lighter and therefore faster. Alright, well that's nice and fast. It's got a good feel to it. It's leather, so it's going to last you a while. The base is super critical, guys. Check out the DIY section in the Kewlus.com site. I'm using a suction cup base and a 1-inch pipe for the base that converts to a 3/4 inch pipe on which the Pro Spring is mounted. Alright guys, good luck and I'll see you in the next video.